Hello guys, and welcome back to beautiful Nova Scotia for another video. I'm gonna have to open that with every video. I opened that with yesterday's video, and I still have people asking me, man, where are you that you got all that snow? Where are you? Where are you? Well, I just said that. And I even had one guy ask, hey, how's the 2020 on fuel? I'm like, are you kidding? That was what my video was. He commented on the video of the normal versus eco drive modes. And I've done 2 other MPG videos on the 2020, and he's watched them all. So I'm like, anyway. So today's video, that house that you guys see me mow a few times, well, I'm still sort of taking care of that property. So I have to get in there and get that plowed out. We've had some snow. It needs to be plowed, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be plowing that out, checking on the house, checking on the oil in the tank, just checking on the house in general, make sure everything's all right. There's no water leaks, and nothing like that. Also, along the route, on the way there or the way back, I'm going to stop in at a site that I need a quote. Got someone that wants a lot cleared off, so I'm going to stop in and take a look at what's going on and give them a quote and see what happens. So I'll show you guys sort of what I do for quoting, what goes into it. Some of the work that I do. So anyway, the first thing, as you can see, we don't have a plow on this guy because this guy had to make an emergency trip to New Brunswick yesterday to do some repairs at a site. So we took the plow off, so I gotta get the plow back mounted on this bad boy right here. Alright guys, so I missed with the first shot. We got her on the second shot. Alright boys, just like that. Alright guys, I'm freezing. The truck is way the hell down there. Alright, so here's what we got going on. This guy owns this lot. We're looking at about 2.5 acres here, and then he owns 3 acres in behind. So his property line is right over there, goes back, and then down to this corner all the way at the end and goes back, and then it's his next piece. So what he's looking to do is obviously build a house in here. So he's looking at doing like a 20 foot wide driveway. We're going to be going in at least 50 feet. He was talking about only going in like 20 feet, and I said, man, you don't want a driveway 20 feet long, your house is going to be right on the road. And you're going to have no front lawn whatsoever, and probably by bylaws in this development area, you probably can't even do that. So we're going to look at doing 20 feet in, 50 feet in, 20 feet wide, and then we're going to be doing about a ½ acre of clearing. So you can see, this is all, decent sized stuff. And he just mentioned that he was going to put a wood stove in, and he said, so how much would you charge to haul it away? I said, well, you're putting a wood stove in, why wouldn't you just keep the wood? And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I'll just pile it off to the side, cut it in 8 foot lengths and pile it off to the side out of your way, and then you can junk it up and split it and play with it, as you want. And then you got your wood for the first probably 2 years or so. Because it's not big stuff, but it's all perfect size stuff for a wood stove. It's all 6, 8, 10 inches in the butt. It's very thick through here. For hardwood, man, it's really thick. But it'll have a nice lot when it's all said and done because it'll be surrounded by hardwood. So I'm going to gear up a price. It will take some time for sure because it is thick. But to come in and to cut it out won't really be that bad. Bring the machine in, pile it off to the side. And he said that he would take care of the stumps. So I'll just yank the stumps out, yank the stumps off to the side, pile them up for him. And then he can burn them or whatever. Because it's obviously much cheaper than hauling it away. But anyway guys, that's it. Definitely a few days work here for sure to come in and junk it all up and get her flat. So I'll throw a price together. You start thinking a machine, you come in with the saw first, gets everything sort of laid down, then you can come in with the machine and clean everything up. So it's gonna take at least 2-3 days of cutting to come in and just drop the stuff for sure. And then at least 2 days with the machine to get the stumps ripped out and get everything cleaned up and everything piled up. So, you know, you think about an excavator with the mulching head, you know, you're probably at $1,200 a day, something like that. So there's $2,400 and 2 guys with a saw to come in and clear it all out. Let's just say that's another I don't know, let's say $1,000 a day. So there's 2 days, so probably $4,000 or so to come in, get everything all cleared out and get ready to build. So we'll see. Also, you know, he was asking about culverts. Do we need a culvert? Well, this should be part of the development. The development should have to put the culverts in. Generally they do. And depending on who he uses to build his house and do his foundation and his groundwork and all that stuff, they might actually include removing the stumps and all that in the price. It all depends, guys. Those are all questions that you need to ask and you need to figure out when you're building a home. Don't pay for things twice. So there's no sense, you know, him paying me to come in and do all this work and get all this ready for him, and then hire a builder and they already have that built into the price. So that is one thing I mentioned to him. He's looking into that. But no, this will be a good job. It'll be a good winter job too, actually, because the stumps, even though the ground's frozen, the stumps usually come out fairly decent. But it's been really cold here the last few weeks, and the frost will hold those stumps in the ground pretty good. But we could come in easily and get it cut and get everything cut and ready to go to bring the machine in the spring. So I'll ask him if he wants to do that. But he also doesn't have anything flagged out yet, so it's just sort of a guessing game where he wants things right now. But he just wants a ballpark on the price and then take it from there. So anyway, guys, walk back out to the truck. We'll jump in the truck, head to the house and get that house cleared out and make sure everything's all good. All right, fellas, we are finally arriving. It's absolutely beautiful up here. So let's get this thing plowed. Beginning is always going to be hard and crusty like that, especially after a few days of sitting here. Here we go. I don't know, dog tracks, coyote tracks, what those are. One more pass in the driveway, push it off to the other side. She just pushes, boys, she just pushes. Do you hear that chiming going on? It's an issue I've had with basically every Super Duty I've owned. The friggin' trailer plug. I hauled a trailer the other day with this. Obviously the connection needs to be cleaned up, because now all it does is chime every time I touch the brakes. And it's done that on every single Super Duty I've ever owned. It's had the same issue. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up here, guys, the driveway, and then when I get towards the back where the actual tower site is, I will, I'll put you outside. I'll set you up on on the snowbank and put you on the tripod. So you can see an outside view of what's going on. So, in front of the building here, work your way into it and angle it away so that when you get closer to the building, you don't have a huge mountain of snow that you're trying to clear. Because if you go in right now and take a big swipe, you're gonna make a mess. So pick away at it, bring it out to you, and then get in nice and tight. Oh yeah, we got some gravel there. So this ground's not flat here. There's all kinds of hidden gems. You can see the ground there, the soil. Alright, so now I'm gonna get, a decent swipe away. I'm gonna bring my blade up a bit because I know what's going on right there. And pile her up. And now I'll clean this up. So I don't have my diff locked. My hubs are in auto. So if I was doing this access road and there was a lot more, there was a bit more snow than this, I would lock my rear diff. And if this was like a mile long road, I'd probably go out and lock my front hubs. But we don't need it right now. The snow is still nice and fluffy. It's settled a lot in the last few days, but it's cold, so it's staying light. See, we're not getting right down to ground level because it's been sitting here for a while, except for in some spots where the grass is. Alright, so now let's clean up here where the driveway is. We're sort of taking a little bit of a stab in the dark exactly where it is, but I can see my old piles there. So this is a lot of snow. You wouldn't be able to put it in full scoop like this, but it's not that bad. So I can actually put the truck in scoop and it cleans up much easier, much quicker. Get this little stuff here we got left behind. Now we'll get up here by the house. love the sound of the diesel while I'm plowing. It's just that nice little small idle sound. Okay, I gotta be a little bit careful here because there's a step that's coming off of the house. So I'm not gonna go too close. I'll get the rest with the shovel. But that is basically it for that. I'll get this corner here on the way out. So now let's head in here. So that is what happens when you actually start breaking through the hard pack to the ground. I'm doing the scoop on there for the thumbnail. Alright guys, so I'm gonna clean up the front of the step here, clean up in front of the gate, take this corner off, and that is it. We're done. I gotta check on the host, make sure everything's good. But anyway guys, that is it for today. Just you know, another little day in the life of what I do sometimes. Every day can be completely different. So I'm gonna quote that job, send that job through, and we'll see if we get it, see if he wants to do it, see what's going on. And this is done. Another little plowing job. Nice powder right now, beautiful powder. But anyway guys, that is it. Let me know if you liked the video. I can obviously do more of these. It's as easy as throwing a camera in a truck and just coming along with me. But for now, take care, stay safe. We'll see you next time. If you do like it, hit the like button. If you're checking in for the first time and you like this stuff, hit the subscribe button. But anyway guys, as always, take care, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Bye. They had a big ice storm through here a couple weeks ago. It's very, very, very pretty through here right now. Ice is still on the trees because it's been so cold. You can see the trees are like laid over in the road. Not a good thing when it happens, but man, it is pretty. It is pretty to look at.